a Douglas County woman who thought she would never walk again after a traumatic injury is now preparing to walk down the aisle on her wedding day. NBC5's Jenna King sat down with the woman and the surgeon that made it all possible.
That was definitely probably one of the hardest moments in my life I'm ever going to go through.
22-year-old Winston woman Maren Metz was on her annual dirt biking trip to the Oregon Dunes on 4th of July weekend when her life turned upside down.
And I was going up a dune, get to the top, you slow down, and there was a really sharp, short razorback. So I instantly started to nosedive, so I bailed off my bike over the handlebars and I landed. And then it just so happened that my bike tumbled down the hill and the frame hit me center in the back.
Instantly, Metz knew something was wrong when she couldn't feel below her waist. Her fiance rushed to call 911. She was rushed to a nearby hospital before being life-flighted to OHSU for emergency spinal surgery.
Initially, when she got to OHSU, she was as bad as it could be in terms of her spine function.
On July 5th, Metz underwent a 3.5-hour surgery to remove pieces of broken bone pushing on her spinal cord. Her surgeon, Dr. Andrew Ryu, and his team helped stabilize her spine with 12 titanium screws and 2 rods. Dr. Ryu says typically only 5% of patients walk after this injury.
Was there a moment that you thought you weren't going to be able to walk again?
When I woke up, I realized that I could feel my legs pressure being touched, but I had no motion of my legs. And so from there, you kind of start to process being wheelchair bound.
Metz spent the next week and a half recovering. 10 days later, with the help of her physical therapist, she was able to safely stand with a walker and take her first steps since the accident.
Your mind is going through processing so much, both positive and negative. But when you overcome something like that, it was amazing.
Metz will have to wear a back brace for another month. She does physical therapy twice a week and is excited to walk down the aisle on her wedding day.
And I am just so happy that, I'm going to be walking down the aisle next year.
Yeah, but it couldn't have happened without the support of her family and the amazing doctors, nurses, and physical therapists pushing her. Dr. Ryu says he didn't even recognize her because she was standing in his office.
I expected her to be in a wheelchair. But once I walked into the clinic space and she was waiting for me, it was very clear that it was her, and my jaw dropped.
NBC5's Jenna King reporting. Metz says the first thing she's doing when the brace comes off is taking her engagement photos. Her wedding will be a few weeks after the 1-year anniversary of her accident next summer.